Okay, I've been busy sandblasting parts for getting ready for paint. Distributor base. Fan is partially done. Got the pulley to do. I did the exhaust manifold. I was going to paint it, so I wanted to take the studs out. And I thought the one was turning, but it was turning down in the hole, so it busted off. I got the other two out by heating them. And I welded the nut onto one of the studs, but now this one I'm going to have to easy out and re-sandblast, of course. This is my sandblasting cabinet. I've been spending a ton of money on trying to make it, perfect it. Got new gloves in there, new piece of tempered glass, and I'm trying to run a little negative pressure, so I have an adjustment valve to let air in here, as well as a couple holes in the side to get some cross flow. And then I hook up a vacuum in the back. The trouble I'm having now is I have too much vacuum and it sucks the gloves in pretty tight, so I need to let more air vent in. But that's how I'm cleaning these parts off. Okay, got the easy out drilled and the hole drilled and easy out tapped in. Now I'm going to apply heat. I'm going to attempt to take it out. Okay, this is a disaster. The stud broke off down in there, and then I heated it up with the easy out in, and unfortunately that caused the easy out to be so weak that it just almost fell off. So now I'm trying to get a carbide drill bit to see if I can drill out the easy out. I wish I would have just left it alone. Getting ready to paint various engine parts that I've sandblasted in the cabinet. Front bumper stays. This piece goes in the front. Okay, ready to paint. Have my new and improved paint booth set up. Everything's hanging there, and I can slide the boards back and forth to get more room as I go through and paint all this. Okay, so I'm trying to fix this stud I broke off in here, and then broke off an easy out in there for good measure. So I mounted a drill guide on a board here, took off the back plate and put screws in the same place, got that guy mounted, and now I have to drill these 3 holes in the block of wood to mount the wood to the manifold to hold it in place. And I got the gasket. Remembered some high school geometry to find the center. So I've got all the holes mapped out. And I'm going to try to put this jig together and hopefully get the stud out. I've got a tungsten bit, a diamond tip thing, and a carbide bit. So hopefully one of those will do the trick. Here's a look at the bottom. I had to recess the holes so that nothing would hit here. Okay, I got those holes drilled, and I recessed so the heads won't hit when I put this back on. And then this should clamp to the manifold, and hopefully I'll have it roughly centered on the broken off stud. Actually, I went back, drilled this first hole out bigger. Once I found these 2 positions, there's no reason this can't be much larger, and then I can see in there a little bit at least. I couldn't see through even the bigger hole, so I made a little larger opening. There's the setup. Probably can't see that, but it turned out pretty well. It's not quite in the middle, but it's close enough, I think. I actually drilled all the way through the bolt, so I can definitely jam something in there to try to turn it out now with a lot of heat. Okay, the hole was off center just a hair, and so I got one of these diamond tipped tools for the Dremel, and I just augured it out a little bit towards the middle, and then I drilled it out to the next size drill bit, or next size extractor, and so now I have the hole as perfectly centered as I can tell, and I'm going to heat it up, and hopefully this works. Well, it didn't exactly work because when I heat it up, it gets the easy out so hot that it just deforms. So I'm not exactly sure what to do. I'm soaking it in penetrating oil, which usually does nothing, but I'm gonna let it sit there while I try to think of the next step. Here are all the parts done with painting now.